Hey guys, welcome back to the CNJ show, and I got my favorite gin and juice here and my sister Nikki, and we hope that you guys are having a good day today. We're going to get into this video. We're going to be talking about Naziyah Harris, and I just want to say this one thing before we get into this video. Now, first I want to say this: rest in peace to her. And I'm praying that we really do get the justice that she deserves with everybody, not just Jarvis, with Shannon, with the grandma, and anybody that had ties to this little ring that was going on, because it would almost seem like they're starting to run their own little organization here. But one thing that I want everyone to know is this. I know when death comes and it's a younger child, it is something that we hurt for so bad, because we look at the things that they don't get a chance to experience. But every so often, because we know that we all gotta go, every last one of us have a date to go. And every last one of us have an assignment as well while we're here on the face of this earth. Now, yes, I am a Christian. Your belief is your belief, and I don't disrespect nobody's belief in what you believe in, okay? And there's always going to be a great child, a great adult that leave us, who have poured so many things into people. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, this one, Abraham Lincoln, people that have the biggest changes. Maybe their deaths are exposed in a very big way, but they're here to call to do something. And Naziyah was born for this purpose here. This is a sad case. It's a sad thing. It's a disaster. It's a mess. I hate that she was in a ring with nothing but lion, tigers, and bears, and she didn't have a chance. But that's okay at the end, because her death will not go in vain at all. And now, for every parent that have sat back and watched the trial, this is something that we need to show our kids. So now it gives them that encouragement to speak up. And parents, when the kids are speaking up, please don't be Shannon or Anetta and all the rest of these people. Don't be that kind of person where somebody got to show you and tell you so much, because it just takes so much for you to believe in everything, because you don't feel like you're worthy of a man. You just really need one in your life, even though this person is tearing and messing you up day by day and doing all this rest of this crap that's going on. Okay? No, not now. The kids will be able to come out with confidence and understand that there's a cause and its effect to things. And you could end up like this. And so with Naziyah, she broke this case. She broke the mold for this very thing to happen. And so therefore, you have to speak up when you see that an adult is taking advantage over you. Whether it's the pastor, the teacher, the mom, the stepdaddy, the stepmama, the sister, brothers, cousin, neighbors, cats, dogs. It doesn't matter what it is. Open up your mouth and say something, because it's not right. This should not be happening to you. And don't be scared to do it, because guess what? Nobody can laugh and pick and carry on. They just can't. And it's nothing to be embarrassed about, because you didn't do it to yourself. If you could defend yourself, you would have. But there's not too many children that can fight off an adult that I've seen and known. They just can't do it. So now let's get on with this. And now, guys, listen, I was looking at this case and been watching the podcast and doing all this stuff, and something came to me. And I was like, well, dang, hold up. Jarvis and the grandma and it, they have to have a relationship in some way. The same with Shannon. It has to be like a ringleader, and it has to be something in this way. Now listen, if I'm reaching for something, say, you know what, girl, you reaching. If I'm not reaching, then hey, guess what? Stick along and stay. I'm inviting you to stay to this conversation, okay? The reason why I'm feeling like Jarvis and the grandma then did something that he, with his slick behind self, have came and said to the grandma, giving her maybe compliments, sleeping with her, and just doing little things to keep everybody in line along with Shannon. Like, I truly believe this, and this is the reason. Now, when the grandma was on stand, I noticed that, of course, she wasn't shedding the tears. She didn't look sad or anything. She never have, and that's good, because we needed that. If we did not have her and Shannon on that trial, we wouldn't have known about this case like that. And I'm glad that God was able to show and let some things expose the way that they needed to, so that these freaking suckers could be right after Jarvis. In March, it's a new trial coming, and I'm hoping that these ones here, you can go, everybody had a hand in it. You got to go to jail as well. But I'm sitting up here and I'm listening and I'm thinking like, okay, hold on. She don't say anything bad about this guy. And she don't act like she have no type of ill will towards him. She's not mad. She's not nothing. Like, there's nothing, no type of emotion for this man at all that seemed like anything, but yet and still, this supposed to be your grandbaby. A good one, though. It's supposed to be, this is a good Naziyah, a good grandbaby, a grandbaby that is getting good grades and doing all this rest of the stuff, and yet and still, you don't show no emotion at all. So it comes a time, okay, so do you see Jarvis? Like, in the room. Now, here it is. This is a courtroom just as small as could be. And you would have thought that Jarvis was outside in the hallway. The way that it is. And, no, I don't. I mean, she's looking right and left and switching her eyes and stuff. And I'm just like, lady, even if you didn't know nothing about this case, even if, he's the only one with different clothing on in here. He has on that dark green CNA scrub. What are you talking about? Okay, so she says, okay, she need her glasses. The daughter got the glasses. Okay, you know what? So Shannon had to go up before her. So, okay, they borrowed the glasses. So she get the glasses from her. Now all of a sudden, okay, she can see. So she stands up, pretend like she's looking back around again. Oh, he right. Hold on, let me see. Oh, he right there in the green. Yeah, like some type of green or dog, navy blue, some kind of blue. That's him right there with the mask on. Okay, you been knew that. Because even if I ain't know who the heck Jarvis or anybody was, if we're speaking about somebody that's supposed to be in jail and win their trial, he's the only one with this mask trying to hide, because he's the only one that's embarrassed about whatever's going on. Because don't nobody know how nasty you two are. We're just looking at him for the time being. So I'm like, okay, so what would make her act this way? That was one. Okay, then the question was asked, as far as like relationship wise, or how often do you see him, or if it is, oh no, Jarvis, if anything, Jarvis, when he do, if he come over, if he do, if he's out the door. Like, he may blow on it. He don't step foot in the house. He just come in. I mean, like Shannon and the kids may go out or something like that, and they all see him. But that's it. Now, why did you lie about that? Knowing that there was more than that just going on. Why did you lie about that? Now, the reason why we can lie, because we know if we say, yes, I knew that he was doing something with Naziyah and other people, and he's doing something with me. If I knew this, he would have to go to jail. It's going to be something. So, of course, I'm going to block it. And I'm going to be for this, okay? Because what Jarvis comes over and he gives you the compliments at times, and he's saying this, and I'm pretty sure we seen you one way in that courtroom. When you're home, we ain't no telling how you act. You're probably acting like you still got it, and you're capable of doing whatever it is that you want. Okay? And he already feeling himself like, listen, I get all the females around here. It doesn't matter how young. Yes, I prefer the little toddlers and younger and this and this. But also, if I have to give it to a grandma middle age, I'm going to do it. Okay, so this man goes in the family. And he's just playing. He's able to take Naziyah and his daughters out. Not just to go to the goddamn car wash, not just the car lot. I mean the auto shop. Not just that to clean up. He's actually spending time with her, and he's being seen as this and whatever. How do we let this go on and nobody speak up? Let me tell you something. When you are too weak of a person, when you're down on your luck real bad, when you was raised a certain way where you cannot see any other way, when you're just this low, honey, listen, you'll talk to your mama's man. It doesn't matter. In this case, the grandma did this. This is how we're able to continue on and letting something ride and go on and pretend to lie that we don't know what's really going on. Now let's do this. This trial was just here, right? We just had this trial in January. Now here it is. This event happened last year. The guy put this on the 7 Mile Radio, his podcast. And everyone is saying how this lady was acting and doing. Shannon ignored, y'all both ignored the text messages that you seen in year 22. Now how, let's think about this, guys. How are you aware that this man is sending inappropriate text messages, trying to talk to a baby, okay, in year 2022, and you have a 1-year-old now? How? That means that you got with him after the fact of all of this. And then for y'all both, the grandma, Shannon, for y'all both to continue to let this man come over there, do whatever. Was he paying you money? Now I know, Shannon, you say you're not desperate. I know that's what you was telling us. You're not desperate, and y'all don't blame what Jarvis did to me. I mean, what Jarvis did as if it's me. Oh yeah, honey, it's you. We gonna put you in it. Don't think you finna get away scotch-free. No, you're being put in it. See, y'all doing this and having your own little operations, because the truth of the matter is this. To some people, what you did is very sickening. And we would have to even get with Jarvis on a one-on-one where he's underneath the ground somewhere, or he will be in jail. Most people would do that. What y'all did, swept it up underneath the rug. And you know when people are so low and down and they start believing in the king of whomever and feeling like this, it's easy for them to invite you into foolishness, and you'll freaking go and be the run along like, yeah, okay, you want me to join in? Okay, yeah. Shannon, if this man told you to rob a bank, yes, you would do it. You absolutely you would, because yes, you are desperate. And just how we seen David, what's his name? David Korsha, I don't know, I forgot his Kircher or whoever the man name was, in the little Waco situation where it was like a cult or something, and they had a standoff for 51 days. Just like freaking all the rest of the Jim Jones. How some people can have anybody to do whatever they say do. And with you two, that's just what happened. And when we hear Jarvis speaking on how he get these females and how he have them to do anything, and he's not talking about the little kids. He's talking about the adults. So the adults would include maybe this fiance, but we darn sure know it was Shannon. It's Shannon and the grandma for a fact. And the other twin. Possibly even Naziyah's mom. Now, I don't know what her mom is, what she's on, the things that she's struggling with or whatever is her issue. But if it's a drug-related type of a thing, if it's mental, whatever the case may be, and this man knows, like I said, the business, because he has his own personal informant in the house. The informant is Shannon. The informant is the grandma. And it is Naziyah. He can play it how he want to play it, all around the board. So when he's talking so bad that he done got this one and he done did this with this one, like, okay, and I can have this one do blah, blah, blah. He's not counting the little ones. Again, he's talking about the adults. How he have them doing any and everything. And it's nothing for him to call up anybody and they're just going to do it. Now, you know that there has to be some type of a power if a man can step into your household, sleep with your mama, sleep with your sister, get the other sister pregnant 5 times to shut her up and make it seem like it's nothing, get a fiance, and continue with this process and just doing X, Y, and Z, and everybody just going along with this like it's nothing, and they just don't care. How could we do it? Only way you could do something sickening like that is if someone has mind control over you and you're so weak. You can't even think for your own goddamn self because you feel like this is the only man in the darn world and he's Mr. Save-A-Lot. So when it comes down to Naziyah, mom, even though she, said, hey, whatever the situation is, I want you to get my daughter until X, Y, and Z. If the daughter can take Naziyah out the house or say, okay, we're going to do this X, Y, and Z, he can easily shoot the mom some money. Here, you got $10. You got $20. Bring Naziyah. Because they're spending a lot of time together. They're spending a whole lot of time together. Shannon, you're saying you're not weak. How did we get to baby number 5? When you know that he had did this with your niece in 22? And prior to, you still was doing, like, come on, let's think, guys. I don't care. One thing I've come to realize when it comes down to us females, okay? First of all, we get this. I don't care. You could be the slowest female if you want. One thing that we got, when that intuition hit us, no matter if the man playing, cheating, doing blah blah blah, and we feel something, we go and check up on it. It don't matter if we ain't never ever in our life get in no fight, or we was a scary girl, or whatever the case may be. When that man is involved, you become the hawk. You don't want this man to leave, or whatever the case may be, and you just want to have some ties to him. He can do whatever it is that he want to do. But one thing you can't do, you can't say you don't know. Because if you done had 5 kids from this man, there's no way you can say within that time frame that you never seen his phone with anything. That you never had some questions and you wasn't thinking anything about him. You can't say the day that Naziyah went missing that y'all didn't know that she was with him. You guys knew that. You was aware of this. You knew. That's why, even though you don't care about her, we know you don't care. We already know that. But y'all also know that the school board care. You also know that there are certain people that do care and would get the ball moving. But y'all didn't care that particular night because guess what? You already knew where she was at. And and honestly, my heart goes to think hatred. When we can sit there and also think, okay, well, shoot, she's pregnant. I'm pregnant. That ain't gonna look good. And we sitting up here talking about God and reading the Bible, and before we go to church and saying these prayers, before everybody go to school begin, and still, I'm right here sitting next to him cussing like a freaking sailor and doing all the rest of this crap that just don't make no sense. I'm so dysfunctional and just different things going on. Shannon looks up to her mom and Jarvis. The grandma know that Jarvis have maybe helped her out in some ways with favors as well as sleeping with her. And again, there's no way you could see something going on and it does not trigger you to respond in a way. Y'all ain't respond in no type of a way because you was in on it. And let's just think, guys, let's please think about this for a second, then we're done with this. For every person, let's just say with Diddy, let's go with him, right? Now, I'm going to go with him and I'm going to tell you one more person. If you go with Diddy and you think, yes, we know before it was anything, before we can sit here and say, you know what, I don't care for Diddy's, for his personality and how he acts, because he acts like a donkey, okay? And a lot of people knew that, and we could see it, just as regular people, we could see this. We was aware that this man is robbing his people off. We knew this. He was robbing his artists off. Everybody knew that. There's certain things that we knew, and we could see it for ourselves. But one thing we did not know, that he was capable of or didn't think. We even was thinking, okay, yes, he's starting to do questionable things with the same sex. It seemed like he want to go towards that he's looking towards that. You can even assume that or think that. But one thing we would never think is that this man would be holding parties the way that he was doing. Putting this in this cup, doing this and doing whatever he was doing, but only way that could happen. The only way that could happen, you have to have people that work for you inside of each group with you to be able to keep this crazy balance, what you're doing together. Outside of that, if it was Diddy alone that just was doing all of this, and nobody wasn't invited into this party. I don't mean like nobody wasn't invited, like nobody show up. But I'm talking about nobody was invited as far as in the connection of holding it together and being able to get these people to come here so I can be able to do this X, Y, and Z. Diddy would have been caught. Man. And people use different things and different people just to be able to continue on with the silliness that they're freaking doing. One more person. I don't know if you guys probably watch Netflix. I watched this documentary. It was with Jimmy Savile, Jimmy somebody. The man, he had like this little scraggy hair. And he was just this funny guy. Granting the kids all the wishes. Like they say they want something and he makes it happen for them. Princess Diana loved him and all the celebrities loved him. So now what he do, he's getting in good with each big person by doing certain things for them and just knowing them, and going to this place, that place. Then it got to a point where people trying to figure out, oh, okay, well, Jimmy, we've never seen you with a girlfriend, a wife. We never see you with nobody. Oh, yeah, no, that's not me. I don't want to really do this and that. And oh, yeah, you know what? It's just because I'm always here and there and I'm always doing this. I don't have time for anybody. Okay, so then that comes back up. Well, hey, Jim, now some years later, you still don't want no girlfriend? Now he's pretending like he's looking at one, and now he has to get one because he knows now he's getting older. But what was keeping him afloat here? And how he's able to get away with mistreating the kids, touching them, doing all this stuff that he was doing. Because he built this hospital or this rehab from ground up. It was working on it. He volunteered at this hospital to go at least 2 to 3 times. Mind you, this is a rich man that's doing this. He's on TV. He's doing X, Y, and Z. But yet he's going to the children's hospital 2 to 3 times out the week. So for the world, we're saying, oh, you know what? Jimmy is the best Jimmy in the world. But you know what it was? Jimmy was sitting up here volunteering so that he can touch the disabled. And he can touch these sick kids. And guess what? At the end, all the cases started coming out where this girl is saying he did this and he did this, and it all was the little kids. So if it's not, but in Jimmy's case, he didn't bring anybody in his circle or tell nobody or do anything. He just knew, you know what, I'm finna volunteer. So he volunteered to go to the hospitals. Then he built one from ground up. Along with that, he got big power names, wanting him to come see them and all the other kind of stuff. This is how he was able to get away with doing what he was doing for years. Okay, you know what? To feed my fetish, I'm just going to go to the children's hospital. See, I'm helping out, have a little touch here, do a little this here, and hey, I'm done. So what was keeping Jarvis afloat? Why was he able to go inside of this family for so long and just get this one, get that one, talk to this one, now you're doing this one? Then after the fact, Shannon know that this man is in jail. Shannon know XYZ, but you're still having a conversation with him. You're still talking as if ain't nothing happened. You've been aware, but you don't care. Why you don't care? Because guess what? You're in this secret society with this man, and that's the only thing that he can brag about. He would never brag about getting the little ones. He's bragging about what he have done to the adults to keep them in line. How he have them in line. How could you do it? I have no. I just don't know. But guys, listen, let us know what you think about this. I mean, and also, do you think that Shannon and her grandma knew what was going on as far as in that day, and knowing that whatever happened, do you think that they helped with anything? If so, let us know. If not, let us know. Okay, guys, we're out.